My fearless friends, I hope you're having an amazing day. Very excited to be with you, to be answering some amazing questions that I have here from you before being offline until July. Thank you to everyone who has been watching my stories, reading my posts, and it truly makes me so fulfilled when what I write resonates with you. So thank you for being here with me, and of course, no worries. I'll be answering some more questions in July when I am back. The first question that got me thinking about my personal experience when I was employed as well is I am afraid to ask for help in business. I'm afraid to ask my business partners, my managers for help because they may seem one that I'm weak, or they may think that I am manipulating them into doing more, into taking more of what I do. So, how do I deal with this? That's a brilliant question because, in a way, we want to be the heroes, we want to be the ones that take everything on them. We put everything on our shoulders and we expect to have everyone applauding. Wow, she's so strong, he's amazing, they're doing everything by themselves, which is not the best approach. I was there as well, driven by so much ego. The thing is, my fearless friends, that when you work in a group, in a community, and even if you are an entrepreneur that's a solopreneur, you are the only one in your team. Be confident enough and trust yourself enough that even if the tasks that you offer to other people, to other colleagues, even if it doesn't go as you have planned, it may go better, but trust yourself that much that you are going to find a solution even when things go off. Because, my fearless friends, it all comes down to you. You are afraid that what these people are going to do, say, or think about you will not be supporting you on the long term. You may be losing some relationships. And let me tell you that this was one of my biggest fears when I had the chance to walk away from a corporate job that was not suiting me in any way. I was miserable. Who was it to blame? Me, of course. I was to blame because I was too afraid to make those decisions, thinking that my colleagues are going to be laughing of me. Everyone will be judging me. How am I leaving such a nicely paid position, such a secure job? This is how I thought back then. What will my friends think? I will be the laughing stock of the community. But the thing is that when you make a decision, unless you put it in practice on the spot, by accepting that yes, things may go really bad, this is how life is. I'm a positive person, you know that, but I'm also a realist. You need to make sure that you embrace all your mistakes. And this is the solution, Heather. The thing is that you need to embrace every single step along the way and just acknowledge that it's going to be hard. It may be very tough until you get the hang of it, especially as an entrepreneur. But let me tell you, especially as a parent, those of you that have children can relate. Entrepreneurship is a breeze if you compare it to motherhood. Entrepreneurship, what? That's a walk in the park. Anyway, accept your mistakes. Embrace all your mistakes, Heather, because this is how you will not be afraid of asking for help anymore. And about manipulating, I love this. You can never ever in a million years manipulate anyone. You can never deceive anyone without their permission. We all have a very strong critical thinking. Let's be honest. We have social media, we have the internet, we have books, we have million ways to educate ourselves. We all have intuition. So you, Heather, thinking that you are going to manipulate someone without their consent does not happen. And it's very similar to when someone is treating us badly. Of course, it's difficult most of the times to walk out of a relationship, and I'm talking about business here. However, know that the other person, your colleague, the business partner, the manager, your CEO cannot treat you like this, just using the most the kindest words without your consent. And this just shows us that we need to change the mindset of a victim and be someone that's in their power, someone that feels confident enough to walk away. And yes, if someone walks out on you when you ask for help, do you really want to have these types of people in your life? Be honest here. No, you don't. It's a blessing if they walk away, then you are lucky. Just consider yourself being super blessed. And I hope this answers your question. Please let me know what you think. Another great question was about body dysmorphia. Now, many women have written to me about, well, I can't really show up on camera because I'm not pretty enough. And it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. And I didn't think I'd get emotional here, but this was me also thinking like this around a year ago. And I even started my business and I was on camera, but I still had these awful thoughts about me, about being judged, about not being liked, not being appreciated, not being valued, not being validated by other people. Andrea, you need to validate yourself and like yourself just the way that you are. And it truly breaks my heart that so many of you, even women and men at the same time, you are not here in front of the camera, on social media, on YouTube, anywhere it feels best for you, or on a big stage out there in the big world, because you think that you are not worthy enough, because you're not cute enough, you don't look amazing. But what's really happening is that the human body is in a continuous change. Even now, when I'm sitting, I go to the gym, I work out, I had a baby, skin folds. This is the reality, my fearless friends. Let's look further than the appearance. Our body is the least interesting thing about us, because we are heart and we are mind, and it's so much more. We have ideas, we have goals, we have so much going on inside of us, the realm of the amazing emotions that guide us through our life. This is what's all about. You don't need to be looking amazing. Well, depending on what amazing is looking, it means to you to be here, because leave the ego aside. You want to have your audience get value from you. This is not a pageant. Social media is not a pageant. We are not in a beauty competition. Skip the makeup, skip the clothing, the hair and everything. You are worthy, you are perfect, you look amazing, you are your very best version in this moment. Focus on the message, focus on your audience, and make sure that you bring them value, because this is why everyone is here. You don't care how I look like. You are not here because my hair looks in a certain way or I have a certain makeup or clothing on. Just think about it. You need to give yourself that much confidence that it's not about the physical appearance. Body dysmorphia is tough. I know it took me a lot of time to conquer it, but it's mostly about the ego. What you need to do is not focus on you. It's not about you, my fearless friends. Shine here on camera, on social media, by focusing on serving, giving value to your audience. This is what it's all about. Focus on your public. it's not called public speaking for no reason. So it's about the public. Make sure that you give your public all of the value, all of the amazing insight that you can give from the bottom of your heart. And I have two more questions. I have got to go, but I am answering them in my stories. Thank you so much again to everyone for all your support, for everything that you have been giving me through these weeks. So many amazing questions, interacting in my stories, asking questions, being on YouTube with me live. It's really heartwarming. It's why I do what I do. It's the reason why I do what I do. It just gives me so much fulfillment, and I will see you in July. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm going to answer them as soon as possible next month, and I'll see you very soon with another great life topic. And in the meantime, while I'm offline for 3 weeks, you have my website with amazing resources. You can find there the podcast, Stories About Fear. Fantastic lineup of some of the most courageous and inspiring people that I am blessed to know, blessed to call them friends, that have given so much insight about their stories. And you also have the 7-step guide to permanently conquer your fears. Download it, it's free, use it. Make sure that you play with your mind. Oh, and yes, you were so into my story about playing with your mind, about visualizing certain images and colors and how you can swap them and switch them with anything that you may want. I'm going to talk about this today, later on in the stories as well. You can also find some really fantastic material, some great content on YouTube as well. I think I have around 1,400 videos with shorts and podcasts. You have a lot to be entertained while I'm gone. And again, thank you for your support, and I will see you in July. Have an amazing week ahead, my fearless friends.